back with the C4 1990 LT5 ZR1. I got the lift installed in the garage, and the car's over on that side. On this lift is the C5. So it's in a good spot now. I can start really diving into it a little bit more. First, I want to thank all the comments that I've had on the original video. Very helpful stuff. I definitely encourage it. That's really the reason I'm doing this, is to get feedback from people. I'm by no means a mechanic. I hope you're not using this as a how-to. More of just documenting my journey through trying to get this thing back up and running and learning along the way. So if you have a comment, please drop it below and let me know what your opinions are and stuff. Super helpful. So when I took ownership of the car, my dad said that there was a vacuum leak somewhere, and doing some initial troubleshooting, I think I do have a vacuum leak. When I turn the ignition on, but don't start the car, I have the ignition on right now. Just supply some power to that's the pump coming on. And it's cycling on and off. I don't think it's supposed to do that. I think it's supposed to provide a vacuum, and it's supposed to remain off. I've read a couple different things, but it seems like it's supposed to stay off for longer than 1 second there, that it's staying off. So I've got a vacuum leak somewhere. The initial hose coming out of the pump, looks to be okay. So I think we're gonna start taking the plenum apart. I got Mark's video, the DVD. It's pretty helpful. I mean, the guy seems to know a lot about the car. I don't think anyone's gonna argue that. Between that, the service manual, and some of the postings that I have pulled up on my laptop, I think I have enough information to attempt to take this thing apart. So I will document that as I go through the process here, and hopefully I don't break anything or mess anything up too bad. I'm making steady progress, but slow progress. I don't want to drain all the coolant out, so I want to post it if I can drain out the reservoir here, and I should be okay. So I took the lines off the intake, and it looks like it worked. I didn't spill a ton of stuff. One fun thing that happened to me, I was taking this air system off, and this piece just kind of comes off on its own. It's not sealing well, and it dropped all the way down on top of the transmission. So it was fun getting that out, all the way down there. So that took a while, but I got the bolts off this side. Working on the other side. All right, a couple things I had forgotten. This was still attached. There on the 90, I think maybe exclusive to the 90, there's two lines here that come off here. And then I guess in the back, we've got a couple electrical connections I've got to get to. But I think that's the only thing holding it on at this point. It smells a little bit like fuel, but I don't see any leaks. I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna disconnect those electrical connections and pull it up. And somebody's definitely been in here before, because this is taped on. Looks like the clip broke off that holds it in. It's still tacky, so I think it was probably helping a little bit, but it looks like it was in there, it didn't fall out. This final electrical connection is connected. Looks like it's held in place by a bolt, and I'm just taking that off now. This is in the back of the plenum. And it's off. That one electrical connection in the back was the last thing holding it in place. I literally just took it off now. Looks like we've got some oil here. Pretty disgusting runners. Those injectors look newish. They're not OEM, I don't think. But it's a mess under here, very dirty, disgusting. Looks like some of this stuff's been repaired. There's been a leak before, I guess, and they tried to address it. I guess for now, I'm gonna tape up these runners so I don't drop any nuts or bolts into the engine, because that's par for the course. So I'll end up doing that. Let me get on that now. All right, got the gasket off. It was pretty caked on the one side. Just poking around in here, I can see the vacuum lines are, there's been repairs done to, I think, all of these. It looks like there's some type of adhesive on all of them. I don't see any spots where it's not making good contact or leaking. I believe this is just operated off of manifold pressure, this system here. And this is for, I think that's an air reservoir, vacuum reservoir. And there's check valves here. I don't know, I'm gonna poke around a little bit more and obviously clean some stuff up in here. I want to test the secondaries to see if they open up with open up okay. I think that there's a way I can do that, but I got to clean up in here first. I can't look at this anymore like this. All right, spending a lot of time trying to just get in these nooks and crannies and trying to clean up as much as I can. There's caked on oil and dirt like in every little crevice. And this valley is like super deep. So without ripping everything apart to clean, I'm still gonna kind of reach around and try to get as much clean as I can. I'm still trying to trace back the leak for the vacuum. I think it may be this solenoid here. I seem to have vacuum up into this point, and then if I plug the other side of this hole, the pump turns off. And from what I've learned, what I've read, that's a pretty common area for a vacuum leak. Also the check valves in here, but that's downstream from where my leak is, I think. So they don't make this part anymore, of course, but there's a similar part number. I'll post it down below, or just order it from AutoZone. I'm gonna throw it on here and give it a shot, see if that helps out. There's some oil leak down here as well. You can kind of see over the years, it's kind of caked on, but there's 6 bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6 that, according to Mark's articles and some of the stuff I read, tightening those down a little bit may help. The ones in front were super loose. They were not torqued anymore. So I tightened them down a little bit. Other than that, just kind of going through things, seeing if there's anything out of place. I don't see any mice living in here, which is pretty cool. Just trying to clean up as much as I can. It's disgusting. I hate having a dirty car like this, but it's just, I'm not in a rush. Taking my time, cleaning up as much as I can. So when I get that part, I'll throw it on there and see if that solves my problem. But for now, I'm just gonna be just cleaning stuff. That's all I'm gonna do for today. I'll post this up, and then I'll do a part 2 once I get a little bit further and get that solenoid in and check things out. I also want to check the actuators to see if they work, and I'll kind of go through how I've learned from Mark's video how to do that. But they seem to be operating by hand okay. They're not kind of binding or anything. So as long as the vacuum is opening those up, I don't think I have a problem there. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching.